the term NRI was coined for when he was fighting for governance in India within corporates. And I guess that's what ended up bringing me here in the first place. I was actually very, very pissed off at the way that things happened and how someone trying to come in and invest was treated. I grew up around that in my teens. Look, what it did for us in terms of being a known quantity and reputation, can't be paralleled because the fight was worth having. Unfortunately, it hasn't really sunk in as yet. I think, and I feel a right to say that. I brought my family into India. We exited, typical Indian issue. Bunch of brothers in a family business decide to divide up the businesses for whatever their reasons are. And there I am, having grown up in India half my life, with no real link towards India. So decided to build a company here on the back of Caparo. I was about 22, 23. I'm pleased to say that, in going in with the very principles, not bribing anyone, taking a lot of crap through the process, we've been able to build a group. I was quite lucky. Suddenly I was doing it in automotive engineering, like yourself, Suri, and people started wanting to buy more cars here. So I just followed the market to a certain extent. But we've been able to build an organization of about 2,000 crores now, which for me is a blueprint of what I'd really like to achieve here. But what I want to do, and what we built it on, was going back to what Satyan's talking about, which is actually delivering a product that you can't get in India, quality, a level of service, actually having some standards. Why do we accept things? We can see how people get mobilized in a country like India. I have never been more proud than to see people taking to the streets over this rape issue. I've never been more proud. I mean, for once, people are actually speaking up for something. On the other hand, we have this culture here where we know that the politicians are ripping us off, and yet we'll set them, and we'll pay lip service to them. No, nothing against politicians, it does really annoy me, right? So I don't spend my time with politicians, I don't spend my time with bureaucrats. I get on with it. I get on with it, I build organizations, I've got my team here with me because we were having a meeting and I thought I'd catch some time before I leave this evening. I'm very proud of what they've achieved because the restrictions that I place on them in terms of not being able to bend the rules is something that's very difficult to work within. And I have many people that have become malleable in the organization and I terminate them. And I make sure that they don't actually emerge elsewhere. We've got to do something. India is the one country where immigrants have gone abroad, gone to countries and have not succeeded because of organized crime. They've succeeded because of their work, because of their skills, and because of their honing of their skills. Yet in India, we're actually allowing the governance of the country to become Cosa Nostra. So let's stop all this. Let's not talk anymore about India shining, India gleaming, this, that, the other, because it's bullshit, right? India has a long way to go to be China. China is a planned economy. India is a so-called democracy. But every time a politician gets in, it's got a clear run of complete dominance for 4 years. And they can do a lot of damage in that 4 years. So enough's enough. I've got nothing else to say. The people, the Indians abroad are doing things to actually make this country look good. Every scam, every problem, every time we don't have standards in this country, right, it reflects badly on the people outside and it reflects badly on this country. And we should have some shame. And this goes right back, full circle, to 1983, when we were trying to fight, when my family and my father was trying to fight for some level of governance in this country, in corporate governance. 80% of all corporate lending is distributed to 30 companies in this country. 80%.
That's normal. That's normal. Given the circumstances, no.
No, given the circumstance, but we've got to change the circumstance. Right? Who's going to change it? This is half the problem. In India, everything is acceptance of what our forefathers did. They did not fight for this. They did not get our independence for this. Right? We're falling behind. In Transparency International, we've fallen down in terms of how we're perceived, when Nigeria is actually not even perceived as corrupt as India anymore. You know, come on, let's wake up. You know, I'm happy to take any comments.
Are you ready to enter politics?
No, I hate politics. I hate politics. You don't need to do it.
You can't say you hate politics. How are you going to change our minds?
You don't need to change through politics.
You have to
Democratic politics is a club. You change by doing and you train by changing.
What Cromwell said when he dissolved the House of Commons, politicians, would you like to listen to him?
Sure.
No, you should know. Because we are a new democracy, new country. I
dispute the fact that we're a true democracy.
I will tell you what Cromwell said when he moved up the House of Commons and House of Lords. What he said here. I told you it's on 20th April 1653. So, no, I thought I should tell you also.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
Huh?
It was yesterday.
Yes, it was yesterday. How many? 450 years ago. Or 463 years ago. Something like that. Would you like to listen to this thing so that, you know, we may be not that ideal. After democracy, Winston Churchill himself said, I agree that democracy is the worst form of government, but all the other governments which have been tried.
Britain's democracy is not without its flaws. There's no doubt about it. But what I'm saying is I'm disputing the fact that India has an effective democracy.
No, I will exactly tell you.
430 years back, now in United States.
I'm done. My speech is done. I'm having a conversation. Look, I don't come here. I don't come to exchange messages. I come to make a difference.
It is valid even now. But please, this is just a brief. I don't misquote Cromwell, what he said was wrong. It is just opening it here. Because computer is something American, it takes its own argument. 15 seconds. Now I'll say from here. On the dissolution of the rump of the long parliament given on the House of Commons on 20th April, it is high time for me to put an end to your sitting in this place and like Judas betray your God for a few pieces of money. Is there a single virtue remaining amongst you? Is there one vice you do not possess? I'm not saying it is Oliver Cromwell.
Was he talking about Indian politics?
My heart.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You are not saying this thing.
I'm saying exactly that.
You know. Just listen now. You have no more religion than my horse. Gold in your cart. Which of you have not bartered your conscience for bribes? Oliver Cromwell to the British Parliament. Is there a man amongst you that has the least care for the children of the Commonwealth? You started prostitutes. Have you not defined this sacred place and turned the Lord's temple into a den of thieves? By your immoral principles and wicked practices, you are grown intolerably odious to the whole nation. You are deputed here by the people to get their grievances addressed. Are yourself gone. So I take away that shining bubbles here and lock up the doors. In the name of God, go. And that's enough. So I thought I should tell you.
But I think that especially, sir, with the position that you've been in and that you've had, we must stop compromising all the time.
I agree with you.
Right? We must stop. That's simple. It's that simple. We must stop. There's no two ways about it. Okay, does anyone have any other questions while we're here? No? Okay, everyone wants lunch. It's good. It's always good to